Alright, so give me a beat and we'll start this. Hey, hey, nothing you can say. Oh. Yeah, keep it going. Oh, that's not what I meant. Give me a beat. I meant a beat, like a portion of time.
Wow. You said give me a beat, and then we were going to do the theme, so I gave you a beat. Best intro ever.
You're welcome, America.
And Canada, but, you know, and even Wyoming now.
Yeah. Well, I meant North America as a whole.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, some of North America is a whole.
Don't bring up Wyoming. They're finally listening. Mini episode. It's a what were they thinking? Mini episode. There we go. Saved it.
There we go. Nailed it.
Welcome to What Were They Thinking? Mini little tiny incy peensy weensy episode.
It's just the smallest little episode.
It's just so tiny and so cute.
It's a minor episode.
Oh, like
no, it's a mini episode. The other one sounds like we'd be on a list or something.
Well, or that I was gonna say it's about like the mines, like we talked about with last week's movie, like in Freaks.
Oh, okay. Yep, that too, I suppose.
Yeah, you know, I'm just trying to tie it together.
Oh, well, okay. It's less pervy when you do it like that. That's for sure.
That's true. Well, that's what I'm aiming for.
Okay.
Less pervy is the name of the game. Speaking of the game, last week we gave a clue.
We did.
Because next week, folks, we're doing our first Patreon pick.
Yes.
So, first of all, shout out to our first two Patreons, our first two patrons. Sorry. By the way, if you are a patron when this episode airs, this is not live, so we will get you in the future.
Yes.
But for now, big shout out to Steve and Izzy. And also, we have another patron, Erica Kenner.
Yeah.
She is tier 4. So, she also got to pick a movie for us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, did she ever.
Boy, did she ever. Good job on this one, Erica.
Yeah. So, our clue from last week I think this is our first, it has to be our first ever audio clue.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, no, usually we provide a little snippet or something that makes us feel like we're clever.
Yeah, a hint scaroony.
Mm-hmm. A hint-ski.
So you have till the end of the episode if you want to try to guess what's coming next week. Here we go.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
And that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And, just think about it. Nathan, this week was a suggestion from you about our topic. And I gotta say, I love it because the responses we got were fantastic. What are we talking about this week, Nathan?
Well, we're talking about first date movies.
Mm-hmm.
More specifically, I think ones that didn't go all that well.
Yes, because much like the topic of our show, this is about bad movie dates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess we do bad movies. You know what I'm trying to say. We're both very tired, by the way, warning you guys in advance.
Here's the thing, though. The movies that are on the list aren't necessarily bad movies.
No,
just,
that is true.
The experiences that were had whilst going to see them were less than optimal.
Well, I'm going to say this first one especially is not a bad movie, just the experience. Because the first one comes from Netflix and Swill over on the Twitter bot. They said, wasn't a first date, but I didn't know what Gone Girl was, but I took a girl to that and grew very untrusting of her afterwards. Yeah, I can see how that might happen.
Yeah, definitely. This one's from Izzy, aka
Patron!
at Untidy Venus, as in a goddess who doesn't clean up very well. And she's sharing a little bit of insight into her relationship with old Steve. Steve invited me over for our first Valentine's Day to his home theater to watch Cannibal the Musical and Orgasmo.
You know what?
Both solid picks.
Don't have a hard time believing this at all.
No, not at all. And I don't know, I thought these were supposed to be like, didn't go well or horror stories. They're married, and those are solid picks. In my opinion.
I feel like he took a real gamble though.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If you're gonna do it, right, you don't want to sugarcoat it. You don't get like 5 dates in and realize, oh wait, he likes Cannibal the Musical. I don't think this is for me. You've already wasted a month of each other's time.
Oh my god. Well, Steve chimed in. I don't believe this is about Izzy though.
No.
A girlfriend previous to Izzy, or a date previous to Izzy. So at EILF movies, patron. We need an air horn every time. Steve said,
I'll get an app.
Mystic. Yeah, there we go. Steve said Mystic River. I told her she probably didn't want to watch it since she had recently had her first daughter. I think she thought it was a sequel to Mystic Pizza or something. Is that my daughter in there?
Oh my god.
That is... Guys, Mystic River, not a sequel to Mystic Pizza in the slightest.
No, not at all.
No. I actually just revisited that not that long ago, and oh my god, that is a harrowing movie.
Oh yeah, it'll tear your heart out.
Is it an Eastwood flick?
It is. Yeah, he directed.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the darkest, I think, Eastwood movies.
Yeah.
Directing wise.
For sure.
I don't want to say too much if anybody hasn't seen it, but yeah, just stick with it. It gets very dark.
At MGT Podcast,
Which stands for? More gooder than?
My Guy Thor, I guess.
More
My Guy
gooder
Thor
than?
Podcast.
More gooder than, yeah.
Better than.
Gooder.
Said, Last King of Scotland. First date with my eventual wife. Sounds like it pretty well to me.
It was probably just a hurdle. You know. I feel like that movie's not really a date movie.
No.
Forrest Whitaker as what is it? Idi Amin?
Idi Amin.
Yeah, you know. I mean, there's some romance in there, maybe. Maybe he was eating human flesh.
Dinner and a movie, right there.
Yeah. I actually don't know how true that is, but I thought I heard that Idi Amin actually did eat human flesh, or wanted to, like something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
He was unstable,
To say the least. No, I don't like his regime.
Oh boy, we are getting on a soapbox. Guys, all you Idi Amin fans out there, we apologize. I'm just kidding. We don't want you. So the next one comes from the Home Video Hustle at HVH Podcast. It was 1D, not 2Ds.
Right.
Worst first date movie I saw was You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Worst part was, talking to that chick ended up being a huge waste of time in the end, so I saw that movie for nothing. It's one of the crop of iffy Adam Sandler flicks, I think.
Yeah, things were definitely heading downhill at that point.
I don't think it's his worst, but I remember it being like, even at the time, I remember being like, wow, this movie is kind of racist.
Well, no, he was like an Israeli special forces, right?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's Jewish. It's not racist.
I'm not even talking about Sandler's character.
Oh, okay.
There was like that terrorist hotline bit, and like Rob Schneider was like wearing like brown face, I think.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's by the way, that movie was made in the 2000s. So
Yeah.
it's not like it was a long time ago. Yeah, so that's from HVH Podcast. Yes, Brent, you have my sympathy.
So, at 10K Dollar Day,
Yeah.
says they saw Up on a first date. You know, the sweet Pixar movie that leaves you in a complete mess within 20 minutes and makes you fearful of opening yourself up again until you get a dog?
Gonna confess something right now. I've never seen Up.
Oh my, dude, honest, he's not kidding about it leaving you in kind of a mess in the first 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen weirdly enough. I've seen the opening just because people were like, it is the saddest opening in like almost any movie.
Yep.
So I've seen that whole montage, but I've never watched the entire film.
The film is good. It is actually a pretty fun little movie, but Patty and I watched it, and it really hit home for us, especially kind of what we were going through at the time. With one of the things that happens in that montage at the beginning, and it's just like, oh, my heart is just crushed right now.
Yeah,
I hope this movie gets better.
I've definitely heard that. It's Pixar, so I'm sure it's great. It's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just one of the ones that kind of slipped past the radar. It doesn't happen a lot now because I get free movies. At What If Podcast, that's at podcast_what if. Mona Lisa Smile. Not my type of flick. The date was fine, but we were so bored by the movie, it ended up in an awkward one-night stand. Don't regret the company, but it could have been more. Youth. Oh well.
Jeez, kind of. So, Mona Lisa Smile, really? Okay.
Classic.
Well,
does anybody even remember that movie?
Forgotten it existed until it was just mentioned.
Yeah, like when it was mentioned, I all I remember, like I remember seeing like ads for it, and I remember it playing at the theater for like maybe 2 weeks, but I don't remember any details about the movie.
There you go. At least this person had some awkward one-night stand sex because of it.
Could have been so much more though, if not for Julia goddamn Roberts and Kirsten. No, you can't blame her. She's great.
So, Danny wrote, Meet Joe Black. Spoilers!
Oh, spoiler alert for Meet Joe Black. This is a spoiler alert for Meet Joe Black.
Yeah, spoilers for a movie that came out, 25 years ago?
I don't think it's that old.
I think it's pretty
like
close.
2000. I think it's like 2000.
I thought it was 98 for some reason.
Maybe. It's close to that, yeah.
Anyhow, when Joe gets creamed by the car and dies, the audience, and myself, laughed at how fake it looked. You know, like a crash test dummy flying through the air. Turns out her sister was killed by a drunk driver running a red light at a crosswalk that year earlier. She left in tears.
Oh, that's brutal.
That's brutal for a first date movie.
That is not a callback.
Ooh.
Oh, man. What do you... I mean, what do you do in that situation? Call them, I guess, and make sure they're okay, but I don't know if that continues from there.
Well, here's the thing. Was he aware that this was the thing?
I would say no, but I think maybe if the audience had not laughed, maybe it would have been reacted to differently.
Well, probably.
Yeah. Although I'll tell you this.
It does look pretty hilarious.
This didn't happen to me personally, but you've seen the Marvel movie Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Okay, the car accident scene in that movie, very intense. A man actually came out of that theater and was and basically passed out because it gave him it reminded him of when he actually got into a car accident. So. It's
not the first time that sort of thing has happened to a person at a movie, though. I mean, remember all the stories about the poor World War II vets with the PTSD when they went to see Saving Private Ryan?
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying, it's a thing. Yeah, that's what I was saying, getting at. It's not without precedent, is what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's unfortunate. By the way, Doctor Strange, go watch it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it a lot. At Movie Geekcast, which is the podcast So I Married a Movie Geek. I saw Titanic for the second time on a blind date that was not a love match at all. Longest 3 hours and 15 minutes of my life.
I'm pretty sure it was the longest 3 hours and 15 minutes of your life the first time you saw it, too.
I like Titanic.
Ugh, fuck that movie.
Hot take.
Ugh. I just can't. It's... Ugh.
No, I liked it more when I watched it recently, but I don't know. I think it's really good, especially the second half.
There's just so much stuff going on in that movie that it's like, no,
so much wonderful stuff. I love it all.
What's that?
4 out of 5.
No.
Actually, I think I said 4.5 or 5. I don't remember. I really like it.
Suicide Squad was better.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. Shorter,
You're
too.
crazy.
I'm a lunatic.
Suicide Squad, no.
Yep.
Incorrect. All right, next up.
This is from the Pop-Up Filmcast, or at Pop-Up Filmcast.
Oh, I think this is also in response to Titanic. Sorry.
Okay. Well, then this is a twofer, hey?
Okay.
I saw that on a first date once. My first viewing, her 9th. I broke out in some weird shakes by the end, and they didn't stop till several hours later. Never happened again, and I've never seen the movie again.
That's like a traumatic experience associated with a movie. I actually have. I'm not gonna go into details, but it's happened to me with one movie before, or it might have been a TV show. I don't remember. But either way, yeah, I've never gone back to it because it reminded me of something that horrible that happened whilst I was watching it.
Okay. The only time that's ever happened to me, I think, is I watched that movie Carla.
I don't even remember that.
Oh, it's the
What's
Carla Homolka movie with Laura Prepon in it. Yeah, I was physically ill watching that movie.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. And you said they portray her as not as evil as they should or something like that?
Well, they portray her as complacent but still sympathetic. But that wasn't what got me because, neither here nor there. I'm not, I wouldn't know because I don't know her. But just how detailed they were with everything and knowing how recently it had happened, at least as far as like it happened within my life, not even 10 years before, maybe 15 years before. And I was watching it and I had to stop because I was getting sick, physically sick watching it.
So then you put your VHS copy of a Serbian film in and you were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I've never seen it, but you know what? As much as that description, this says something about me as a person, I guess, because after that description, now I want to watch it.
Well, you know what? You go right ahead.
This is from at Pint Comics. It's spelled Pinto Comics. Got set up on a blind date when I was about 20. Went to see Wolf with Jack Nicholson.
You were 20 when Wolf came out? How old are you now?
That would make them about 48.
1,000 years old? Oh, sorry.
It came out in 1990.
Yeah.
Gee. Wow. It's coming at them.
There's geezers from freezers here. Just kidding. We love everybody who contributes.
Pint of Comics, the war has begun!
Bring it on.
Good movie.
Our show, actually. Bring it on, our show.
Wait, are we doing Bring It On? I'm confused.
No, I'm just telling them to bring it on, but bring it on to our show. I'll call them old. They can say that I'm not far behind because I'm a geezer too. But let's get back to this person being 20 when Wolf came out in theaters.
Well, hold on. I'm not done the comment. He says, the girl he was with was just an absolute goon. Awkward to no end. Good movie, though.
I don't know, man. Yeah, awkward chicks, sometimes.
You know what I thought you were going to say?
What's that?
I was waiting for a rhyme, and I think it was awkward chicks got dicks.
No.
Okay.
Is that the... I don't find Mariah that awkward. Moving on. Again, Pint of Comics, thanks for the comment.
Yeah. Also, remember, we're at war now.
That's right, so bring it on to our podcast. At Schlock Horror wrote, I took a girl on a date to see Gaspar Noé's Irreversible.
Yeah.
Let's just say we didn't go on another date. I clearly didn't learn from the mistake, as I took an ex to see Enter the Void and Snowtown in the same week. Didn't get laid after either of those dates.
Yikes, dude.
I've seen none of those movies.
I have seen Irreversible. I actually didn't see the other two, but I can tell you that Irreversible is about a woman that is sexually assaulted. She's raped in the middle of the street. And it's told from the end to the beginning. I think it's told in reverse order, hence the name of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think it's a reference to the irreversible damage that's done to her, because I don't think she's killed, I think it's just like the story about about her being raped.
Yep.
The thing that kind of gives that movie its infamy is that the rape scene is about 10 minutes long, which, it doesn't, I know you reacted, but a lot of people want to say, 10 minutes is not like, no, but it is a 10-minute rape scene, guys. There's no cutaways.
Yeah.
It's just 10 minutes, and it's one shot, and it just is a still shot of the whole thing happening.
That's some, like, I spit on your grave shit going on right there.
Yeah. And it's not like, I don't want to, like, say it's a movie like a Serbian film where, like, you absolutely shouldn't watch it. I think it's actually a well-made movie. It's disturbing as hell.
It's super
obviously.
powerful, but you don't want to take a first date, a light first date to.
Second date, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now that we saw Coco, this is who I really am.
Enter the void.
Yeah. No, but no, I think, like, honestly, I would even throw it out as a recommendation if people want to watch it. Just heed my warning, it is not an easy watch. So at Nerd Adonis says, hands down, Skyline. So I told him I just said go on, and he said, I can't. The date was cool, but that movie was dookie in the streets. Please don't make me remember it. Skyline is pretty terrible.
It's kind of garbage, yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that it ended with, like, this gusto of, like, we're so sure there's going to be a sequel. Terrible.
And the thing is, here's the thing about this movie. By the way, if you haven't seen Skyline, I'm ruining it for you right now. I don't give a fuck. It ends with the dude. It's basically an alien invasion movie. With directed by special effects people, which you can totally tell. Mm-hmm. Because in the movie, there's like a special effects guy that basically lives like a Hollywood star, which is really funny. But in the movie, basically, there's an alien attack. It takes place inside one apartment building. There's hardly anything that really happens. Like, people get zapped, but, like, it's very claustrophobic, and there's, like, hardly any... I don't know, it's just weird, right? It's a very small cast, and usually things like that are kind of cool, but this is just super uninteresting.
Yeah.
And the ending is that one of the guys fucking turns into one of these aliens... And as he's about to get vengeance, it fucking ends. Like,
because they're so sure there's going to be a sequel.
If they had cut a little bit of other parts of the movie,
they're calling to give you the business about it right now.
Bring it on.
Yeah. No, they're saying no. They will not sanction their art for you. Mm-hmm. They will not cut. They will not add.
Well, you know what? Fuck you, is what I say.
He says good day, sir. No, he says good day, sir.
Good day.
You lose.
You.
Good day.
You lose. Good day, sir. But yeah, no, I was going to say, if they cut out some of the middle part and, like, made the ending, like, actually continued the ending to actually see him getting vengeance on the aliens or anything after that, I would have maybe liked it a little bit more, but it's like, oh, this movie's getting interesting. It's over. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
They also got, the funny thing about Skyline is they got sued by, like, Battle Los Angeles for supposedly stealing their special effects work. Turned out they didn't, but still funny.
I knew there was some sort of weird connection between those two movies. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Well, the guys who directed Skyline also, yeah, they did special effects on Battle Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at a ship named Drake said, I saw the first Purge on a date recently. They're obviously talking about the prequel, The First Purge, not the first Purge movie that was released. Mm-hmm. Wicked cool movie, brah, but a total bummer romantically speaking. Did, however, learn a lot about my date's political beliefs. Yikes.
Yeah, that sounds like a yikes moment there.
Translation, I dated a Republican.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're watching The Purge and someone's like, this wouldn't be a half bad idea. Maybe that's the last date, too.
Yep. First Purge, last date.
Yeah. This is a movie I've never even heard of. From the Sudden Double Deep film podcast. I still love that name, by the way. Mm-hmm. At at SDD Film Podcast, took a date to see Trouble Every Day, as it was the only thing showing at this tiny cinema. Needless to say, I did not get lucky that night.
Okay.
Have you seen this movie?
No.
I'm assuming it's some sort of super offensive movie.
Les me voir. That's French for let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it's 2001, a drama slash... Oh, it's a Vincent Gallo, isn't it? That's always
Oh,
good.
dear.
Yeah.
Trouble Every Day. French erotic horror film.
Oh, well, there you go.
Directed by Claire Danes?
Claire Denis.
Oh, sorry.
Claire Danes.
Stars Vincent Gallo. And that's about it.
Now, this is Nathan. I know you're looking at this on your screen right now. Those first two paragraphs from the same person.
Okay. So this is from The Goods podcast.
I'm assuming that's a podcast that only talks about the movie The Goods, Live Hard, Sell Hard.
Oh, there's a lot to talk about there. I mean, Charles Napier alone in that movie, right?
The next 5 episodes will cover Jeremy Piven's performance.
That soliloquy has about ashtrays on airplanes with Kristen Shaw. Oh my god, I could talk about that for days. Miami Vice went in thinking it's going to be an 80s cop thriller with a girl who said she liked action flicks. Got dragged into 2 hours of softcore porn and maybe 2 decent gunfights. And also, taking a Hooter girl to see Armageddon back in the day. Sweet girl, but damn, the most annoying laugh I've ever heard.
Now that I think of it, the Miami Vice one, I think, was actually from Game It All. My bad.
Okay, well, either way, for the first one, whoever, sorry about your luck, because that movie was terrible. And yeah,
I never saw it.
oh, it's so overly long and dull.
Well, sounds like it's coming soon.
And as far as, you know what, I think I could deal with an annoying laugh. I suppose I would need reference to how the laugh was annoying.
Well, all I've got to say about that second one is I could stay awake just to hear you breathe. It's an Armageddon. You done?
I'm waiting for you.
Oh, I'm done.
Okay. I figured you're gonna make noises I don't like. I'm gonna make noises you don't like.
Watch you smile while you are sleeping. I had enough of that last week. Alright. Next one is... This one is also from Game It All. That's why I figured out the first one was.
Okay.
This is a second date movie. Second date movie wasn't any better. We went to see Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift instead of Cars. I like how they're both the same theme, though. Neither of them were any good.
Whoa.
But she was a hardcore Disney fan, and we would have had a better time.
I don't care. Our relationship with them, I will not have you talk that way about Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, aka Karate Kid with cars. That movie is a delight.
I have not seen it.
Single-handedly brought me back to the Fast and Furious fold.
As Steve would say, coming soon!
Loved that movie.
But also, coming soon!
Okay.
Probably, right?
Sure.
I think it would fit.
I'll watch the hell out of that movie.
I don't want to do it if you like it that much.
Oof.
Alright, you got the next one here.
At Ray Anthony Soto says, Austin Powers, I had onion pizza beforehand. There was no first kiss.
I feel like Austin Powers had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, nothing to do with that at all. You know?
But, onion pizza? Like, just onion? Ooh.
I'm assuming there was cheese involved.
No! Just dough and onion.
Just dough and onion. I had
Crust.
onions rolled in dough.
Sounds delicious. Okay, so our last one here, guys. Last one. We had a lot of them. From Andy Mark Simpson on Twitter. 2 first names. Watch out for this dude. Age 16 years old. When I was 16, I guess, I went with a girl to see Sixth Sense. in the back row, hoping for a kiss all night, and then she snogged me passionately for about 3 minutes. However, it was the last 3 minutes of the movie. I missed the twist and didn't know that Bruce Willis was dead until 2 days later.
You know what? If there's one reason to miss a Shyamalan twist, that's worth it, bud. I mean,
Definitely the best of all the Shyamalan twists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At least you didn't find out like 2 years later.
Wait, what? I've been
What?
living a lie.
I thought he just said bye to his wife and headed out the door.
I'll tell you this. I know this one's not on here. My friend Ben took a girl for a first date to see Van Wilder.
Okay.
And from my understanding, she had a fairly kind of conservative sense of humor.
Aha.
So she didn't care for it too much.
To be fair,
I
don't remember Van Wilder being very good.
It's not. It's just it's a frat boy movie, so
It was like a Ryan Reynolds. It was like, hey guys, Ryan Reynolds is charismatic, so we're gonna put him in this, but don't worry, he'll be in better stuff later. But yeah, no, I can. Actually, I've got a story. I've got a quick one of my own. I had to go see that. Okay, sometimes when you go on a first date, you have to see a movie you probably normally wouldn't see.
yes.
I saw it was like a kickboxing movie. It wasn't Never Die Alone. That's like the DMX David Arquette movie. It was like I don't even remember what it was called. It was like Fighting. I think it was called like Fighting or something like that. Basically, it was like a shitty teen romance / MMA movie.
Sounds awful.
It was so bad. Like, went for the move-in early, was rejected, then I had to watch that damn movie.
Aww.
Yeah. It was, yeah, fuck that movie. Whatever it is. I forgot the name of it.
I think you're right with the word, with fighting. I think there is a generic shitty...
Never... Oh! I know what it is!
What?
It's called Never Back Down.
Oh my god, that movie's... that movie's awful.
It is a piece of shit.
Yep, and they made a sequel.
And I'm looking at it now, and I didn't know that Amber Heard, Evan Peters, and Jimon Hunsu were in it. So there you go. Didn't know who they were at the time. I don't even think they knew who they were at the time.
Probably not.
But yeah, do you have one yourself?
No, actually.
All my movie dates have been perfect.
Well, all my movie dates have been with Patty, so... I mean, I'm not to say that we haven't gone and seen some terrible movies, because we have. Like, Silent Hill was garbage.
Your favorite movie?
Ugh. And,
Wait, what's worse, Silent Hill or Unfriended?
Unfriended.
Oh.
Because Silent Hill is like, there's scenes and a script and, people acting.
By the way, everyone, according to a recent Twitter poll, Unfriended, better film than Suicide Squad.
Nah, you see, it won the popular vote, but Suicide Squad won the Electoral College, so, Suicide Squad's still the winner.
It was weird that, like, when I went to go check the Electoral College votes, you kind of just took the paper away and said, no, I got this.
Well, I had it.
I mean, you didn't even let me, like, look at the results.
Yeah, you don't need to. I mean, there's no...
I see it right there. Do you mind if I just, like, take a peek?
Nope.
Or, like...
Nope. Get your hands away.
So I just gotta take your word for it.
Yeah.
Alright, well, the popular vote was 54 to 48. 52 to 48. I'm not saying that it was a landslide, but it did end up edging out over Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, having said all this, thank you for all your stories, rather.
Yes.
Of the terrible dates. Some which, of course, more haunting than others. Don't take a first date to Irreversible. You sick sons of bitches.
Some good advice there.
Yeah. If anything comes out of this, it's just see what she wants to see for the first time, or come to a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
And a mutual agreement doesn't mean, can we go see this? I guess. Sweet!
Sounds like a mutual agreement to me.
Well, I mean, you guys are still together, so maybe I should take your advice.
Look, I'm just saying, if you say, let's go see this, and they say it's fine, then it's fine. Say what you mean what you say.
I mean, go back and forth. You know? Like, I think you do that, right?
Yeah.
With your picks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, having said all that, again, thank you guys. And so now, it's time to reveal the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said, this is a Patreon pick from Erica Kennard. And this is the movie she picked. Listen to the trailer!
Now I have your attention. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Trickster.
What was that film you were watching?
Death, death, death.
Death, death, death.
Part 2.
Oh, Lord. Michael's seen it,
Go for it, man.
done it, played it,
Look, I've played them all.
and just when he thought he'd die of boredom,
Brain scan. The ultimate experience in interactive terror.
Never leave home without it.
You're in the game, man. You're in control.
You must think like a killer. Cover up any clues. Leave no witnesses, no evidence.
a challenge he can't resist.
It was so real. It was sick.
See, I told you, man. I told you it'd blow your mind.
A game he can't escape.
There was a grisly murder in the quiet suburban town of Mountview today.
So you did it.
What was on that disc?
It's not a game anymore.
Hamilton and Hayden.
It's real.
It wasn't supposed to be real.
Real, unreal, what's the difference?
I didn't kill the man. I didn't even know him.
You're in this now. You won't survive on your own. You started this and now you're afraid to finish it just like you're afraid of everything else.
I won't kill her. Shoot her.
Play it. The witness has to die.
Edward Furlong, Frank Langella, and introducing T. Ryder Smith as the trickster. Brain scan.
I can't wait to see what you do next.
Oh boy. So, Eddie Furlong and, what the hell is his name? Frank Langella. Brain scan.
It's pretty great.
I have not seen it.
Oh, I saw it on VHS.
It's going to
old.
be an interesting episode, folks. So make sure you come back next week for Brain Scan. Like I said, our very first Patreon pick. And if you want to pick a movie for us,
Yeah, you want to get on this action.
you can go to patreon.com/WWTT podcast and sign up. You'll see all the tiers there, various things you can get, like, picking the movie, bonus episodes. There'll be a few of those every year. Early access to episodes. So basically, as soon as I'm done editing, you'll be able to listen to it. And you'll be able to get a custom voicemail from us. Shout out. We'll always give our patrons shout outs. And lots of other stuff. There's even a tier where you can guest host with Nathan and I. You can even advertise on the show. So as long as it's not like the Nazi party or something.
Right. Because that's not cool.
No, it's not cool.
Not cool at all.
Hateful.
Mm-hmm.
But that will do it, I think. You have anything to plug? You want to get Montrose?
No,
links?
he says he's refusing to show up for the mini ones. He's only gonna show up, for the legit episodes.
Okay, so he's getting a little bit of an ego, I hear. I see.
A little bit. But
Yeah.
he does say, check out Montrose Monkington III, Esquire, and Friends on Facebook. You can also see his YouTube channel, Montrose Monkington TV. It's on the YouTube, of course. And then you can also follow him on Twitter at Montrose III. That's number 3RD. And, check out what he's saying about wrestling and, whatever generally crosses his mind.
Perfect. And you can find us at WWTT Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. We're on Facebook. Just search What Were They Thinking. We have a Facebook group, What Were They Thinking Interactive. We're on all the podcatchers, iTunes /Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, all that good stuff. We're in TuneIn. We're on TuneIn now as well. Mm-hmm. Just added the show to that website. So if you have TuneIn, check that out. Patreon I already mentioned. We also have redbubble.com/people/WWTT podcast. We got some shirts and some other shit. We got shirts. We got you can put it on anything. You can put it on a coffee mug.
That's
put it on
the nice thing about Redbubble is that you can have it put on several things, like an iPhone case or, on a T-shirt, on a hoodie.
You can put it in a locket. No, I don't think they have lockets, guys. But Redbubble, and we have our logo. We have our human centipede design. A bunch of things, like a few things on there. So check it out. Check it out. Blocked by Bowl. That's another one too.
Yes.
But Nathan, I guess I just have to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
You come up with this fucking electoral college thing.
Yep.
Trying to say that Suicide Squad actually won the electoral college vote.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to say, I got the paper. It didn't win. What were you thinking?
Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Justine. And we make up the Cutaways podcast.
We're watching the good, the bad, and the essentials of the romantic comedy genre.
So far, we've fallen in love with Cary Grant, met up with our terrible friend, Pal Joey, and had the desire to run our fingers through Patrick Dempsey's hair.
Join our slumber party for your ears every other week, brought to you in stereo from our blanket fort in Hollywood, California.
You can find and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or your favorite podcatcher. Our digital blanket fort can be found at thecutaways.com.
If you are the social butterfly types, you can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as @CutawaysPodcast.
Bye!
Hi, I'm Ellen, and I'm scared we exist in the Matrix.
I'm Jaslyn, and I'm bad at ad-libbing.
And you're listening to High Expectations, the promo. For our international listeners, you can appreciate our cute New Zealand accents. For our local listeners, you might bump into us in the street 3 times in the same hour. Our podcast is about pop culture,
sexuality,
relationships,
interesting hobbies,
banter, and ragging on each other.
You can find us on
Apple Podcasts,
SoundCloud,
Pocket Casts,
Podcast Addict,
or anywhere you might like to find podcasts.
Yay, please subscribe.
Goodbye.